Saudi activist who fought for women's rights to drive is sent to terrorism court in Saudi Arabia. Miss Loujain al-Hathloul, 31, has been detained since the spring of 2018 and charged with crimes that include seeking to change the kingdom's political system, campaigning for women's rights, and communicating with foreign journalists, diplomats, and human rights organizations. One of Saudi Arabia's most prominent political prisoners, she appeared before a Saudi judge on November 25th and was notified that her case was being transferred to the Specialized Criminal Court, which is known for prosecuting terrorism and national security crimes. Oh, I said the T word. The Minister of State of Foreign Affairs, Adel al-Jubeir, denied that her trial was related to her campaign against the kingdom's ban on female drivers. According to her family, she appeared to be weak and shaking uncontrollably as a result of the hunger strike that she began on October 26th in protest of restrictions on family visits and prison conditions.
Wait, sorry. So if it wasn't because of her activism for women being able to be free to drive and all, then why is she in prison? Like, what's that official one? Sorry.
As a security threat.
What security threat?
And it doesn't make sense because she was in one court system and then suddenly they're transferring her to this different court because the previous court was saying, oh, we don't have the jurisdiction for this. But they've been handling her case for over a year. And suddenly they're like, oh no, we need to send you to this court for terrorists. But Rivka, go ahead.
There's also, and they're claiming that it's that she's got, like, she's spying and she's having all this contact with other nations. And one of the things that they're saying was that she was spying for them, or that there was some sort of spying going on, or some inappropriate or illegal or espionage-esque type of activity. So it's not just the driving thing. I mean, that's the thing that the Saudis are claiming, that there's this whole spying thing going on. And so I think part of that is why they're claiming, oh, well, we have to go to this other court because this is such a serious, offense. But they keep seeming to bring up offenses or remove them or change jurisdiction, claim they don't have jurisdiction. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of sort of movement going on without any clear understanding why or direction. And even like her family, doesn't know. And then some of the other people have been provisionally released, but she has not. And so they're calling it suspicious contact with foreign parties. I think that's the term they're using for it.
I mean,
so the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is saying that al-Hathloul was detained because of the issues related to national security, dealing with foreign entities, supporting entities hostile to Saudi Arabia, end quote. It has nothing to do with advocating for women's right to drive. So for context, she was arrested with three other female drivers were arrested around the same time as her. And she was detained a number of times for this. And she was, I believe, she was arrested like weeks before the ban was lifted. She was arrested for this crime weeks before they lifted this ban to great international acclaim, and she's still imprisoned for it, and she's still being prosecuted now as a national security threat for it.
Can I say something now, please? I don't know if it pisses me off more that they arrested her for being an activist for women's rights, saying that it's insane that in the 21st century, women did you even consider making this illegal for women to drive, and then getting arrested for it right before they make it legal, right? And you're rotting in jail and being emotionally terrorized and going through so much pain and misery and headache for yourself and your family, and then pretending that she's this is another thing that nothing to do with her activism. She's a spy. She's doing terror. But for the people who are new here, we say terror activity or terrorism because YouTube might strike us down if we actually use the real word. You guys just better be smart enough to know what we're talking about, okay? But I don't know if I'm offended more by all of that, or the fact that they think that there are people who will seriously believe this. Did they legit think oh yeah, people will buy this? Did they are they under this illusion that this is gonna fly, or are they just we know people that are not gonna believe this, but we're just gonna say it anyways because we have to say this, or to technically make this legal or whatever? Because okay, so there can't be that. I mean, I know they're dumb. But they cannot be that dumb to think that that people are not going to buy into this, right? People are oh yeah, this is not true. Of course they are arresting her for her activism, but it's beyond that. It's not that it's just not true. It's that they know that you're going to know that it's not true. But international law and all, it doesn't really matter what's apparent to the rest of us. If they don't admit what this is for, then technically it takes moving mountains legally to be able to challenge you know what I mean? You just have to be oh, we're not saying, well, nope, we didn't arrest her for her activism. She has connections, she's a spy, or she's doing terror activity and as well.
Previously,
what?
According to her family who saw the indictment, they say that she was previously charged with one of the official charges against her when it originally began in March 2019 included attempting to apply for a job at the United Nations. That's a charge.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah. And then
because there's this whole thing about government, trying to get work or through other governments recruiting government workers into doing things or trying to work for other governments the United Nations charge. So it's insane. Hostile elements abroad was one of the things they were talking about, which I think they're kind of applying to the United Nations, so to speak.
I honestly want to know when this is going to happen because I want to count the minutes for the day that oil prices crashed.
Yeah.
They plummet like a rock because of, I don't know, alternative energy or something like that. For the day that this goddamn excuse of a country and these so-called politicians, I would be partying it up when this government collapses, okay? I would be we're gonna come here and we do a live stream and we're gonna be celebrating. Guys, this is what I'm telling you. Alternative energy is not just because of the environment. I mean, if that is not excuse enough enough, I mean, this is it's a national security threat to, global security threat to the entire planet. It's anti-authoritarian. Just guys, I don't know what you're gonna do with those alternative. Just shove solar panels everywhere. Just do it, okay?
No nuclear.
Anything. Wind. Just please, just get us off oil. Get us off oil. God damn it! Like, you guys are fueling human rights violations. Just make sure.
I want to highlight something else.
Okay, go ahead.
So I thought this was really interesting. In the New York Times, they were talking about around the time that the driving ban was lifted, she was among about a dozen activists of women and men who were detained, apparently to prevent them from publicly claiming credit for the government's decision.
Okay, yeah. And also, Chris, I know oil prices have crashed. I know, of course I know the oil. Do you think I don't know the oil prices have crashed? They haven't crashed enough! They need to crash farther! They need to crash more! Okay, we have a super chat that we need to address. But Rivka, go on.
I agree with you in principle, but I think it's really important to think about what's going to happen when the money runs out. How is that going to affect people? So like an immediate kind of hit the bottom could have very serious repercussions with ordinary people in Saudi Arabia, with, you know, your average people, with freedoms that people, the little bit that they may have gotten, you know. So it's just, I don't disagree that it's neat to come to an end, and it will, because it's a finite resource and they know it. But what is it that they're planning? More authoritarianism in terms of what are they going to do when the money runs out? Because they don't seem to have any other plans unless it's part of this, you know, sort of glad handing that's going on with MBS to maybe cultivate something. But I am concerned if it were to just hit bottom like that, the negative impact throughout the population on your average person, or all the people that will lose their jobs and all those, you know, compounds that have a lot of freedom within those walls. What's going to happen? I'm concerned about it. It's just something to think about on a geopolitical as well as internal sort of thing. But yes, they do need to. It is going to end, and it will end.
Mortad Skeptic is saying oil prices need to crash harder than the Saudi crashes their planes. I agree with that. But I'm triggered right now. I'm really triggered. Okay, look at this, Chris, you're gonna make me lose my mind. Saying, Armin, Saudis are suffering from low oil prices. It's been going on for years. I'm so salty right now for you to think that I don't know that. Oh, really, Chris? It has been happening for years. We have been reporting that for years. Like, do you really seriously think that I don't know that? Do you really seriously think that I, who've been like following Middle Eastern politics for the past 15 years and reporting it here for you guys and talking about it with everybody else in the Atheist Republic community in great detail with so much noise, do you really think I missed the fact that Saudi Arabia is not gonna not only it's not gonna miss the 2030 vision or whatever crap they're planning? Do you think that I haven't been following the fact that they're suffering economically? I'm seriously triggered. Chris, I am triggered for you to even think that we don't know. Not just me, like the rest of us don't know that here, okay? Like, come on. I'm so butthurt right now. I'm mad. I'm really mad. No, okay, I'm even more mad because you're telling me to be. I will refuse. I will not be cool. I will not chill. Nope.
He can't. He's Persian.
I'm Persian. I will not chill. Do not ask me to chill. I will double down on you. It's okay.
Easily, any day of the week. He has no chill.
Oh, actually, I will chill when people. That actually disarms me when people say I'm sorry. That makes me like really go like, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, we have a super chat.
Oh yeah,
I need you to answer it quickly and concisely, even though I know this is going to trigger you, as it already is triggering you. But I need you to keep it brief because my family is bothering me about dinner. Okay.
Okay. David the Goliath saying, Armin, do you feel sympathy for Zoroastrianism, that it was completely destroyed by Islam and current conditions of Zoroastrians? They are near extinction. Zoroastrian Iran would have been much better. Okay. The only reason why I'm sad that Islam destroyed Zoroastrianism is because I didn't get to destroy Zoroastrianism. Instead, it should have been me. It should have been Enlightenment values. It should have been left for me to destroy Zoroastrianism. Okay? So yeah, I don't know why Islam got that opportunity. Yeah, okay, it's nonsense religion. It's an easy target. I should have been able to do. I wish it was bigger so I could destroy it myself.
He could do it with one hand tied behind his back.
So, but yeah, but the conditions of Zoroastrians, that's different from Zoroastrianism. Those are two different things. Yes, I do feel for the conditions of Zoroastrians, not because they're Zoroastrians, but because they're human. I feel sympathy for the conditions of human, regardless of their religion. Their religion is irrelevant. But Zoroastrianism itself as a religion should have died yesterday. No, actually, thousands. It should have never been a thing because it's ridiculous. The near extinction, okay, they are near extinction. The people the people are not near extinction, but the religion, if the religion is near extinction, well, that's a good thing. They should have already died. Like the religion should have already been dead ages ago. Zoroastrian Iran would have been much better. Yes, that's like that. Yeah, compared to Islam, I mean everything is better compared to Islam. Okay, a shit sandwich is better than Islam. Okay, so are you now pro shit sandwich? David, are you pro shit sandwich? Because if you put a shit sandwich next to Islam, the shit sandwich is gonna seem delicious. It's just gonna seem like the best thing ever. Are you pro shit sandwich, David? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Did that feel good?
Come on, Nowruz is nice. And they jump over the fire and everything. And thus spoke Zarathustra from Nietzsche, talks about God dying, and he's using Zoroastra as part of a newer, different traditional morality. But whatever. We're getting in the weeds. We're getting in the
That's fun with tradition, which I like. Fun with fantasy. I like fun with mythology. I like fun with fantasy. I like fun with tradition. What I don't like is literally believing in the nonsense. I could enjoy Harry Potter without actually believing that witchcraft and wizardry is real.
God,
anyways, yeah, but I have to let the other new people. But thank you for the super chat. Sorry for yelling. Anyway, no, I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry. Anyways, next, thank you for joining us. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell thingy. If you haven't, I don't know why. What's holding you back? Okay. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, why haven't you subscribed to our channel? Explain that to us, please. Like, bell, and also if you're not getting notifications and stuff because YouTube is not telling people that we have shows, because YouTube is like, oh, this person told us that they want to get your shows, right? They want to get your videos, but nah, we think is no. And they also hit the bell button, but nah, you guys are too controversial. We want to show them mainstream stuff. We want to show them CNN or cat videos or whatever. But people are like, no, we want to see Atheist Republic. And YouTube is like, no, we don't think you want this. They're like, no, please show it to us. We say to you, we want to see Atheist Republic. And YouTube is like, no, we think we know what's better for you than you yourself. So, to solve that, there's a link in the description, which is to our newsletter. So hopefully we could email it to you. So hopefully you get some of our content that way, okay? So, yeah, subscribe to our newsletter as well. And share our videos, because we do get demonetized. That's an obvious on every one of our videos. So F that. But we don't care about that anymore. But we also get deprioritized, and that's even more damaging to us. Deprioritized, what does that mean? That means we don't show up on the suggested, videos on the right, and all that, on people's homepages. And that's how channels grow. Unfortunately, we can't grow. So we need you guys to share our videos.